What's up YouTube? Today we'll be covering how we've been deviating under the previous all-time high on two separate occasions now, but both times resulting in a pump back above. So that is this red line. Then on the daily time frame over here, I've drawn this orange box that we'll just talk about briefly, and you can see that we're holding the lows here and the highs, so we're trapped between this support and resistance, and so everything in between is just waffle. Basically you're just going sideways in this box. And finally we'll go over how this technical target has been met and how potentially we could have further targets to the upside, but of course keeping in mind that we could get rejected here and actually go lower. So we'll explain all of this in today's update. Thank you guys, I hope you guys enjoy. Please like if you're a new face, subscribers. We're trying to get to 3k. Let's get to 3k by the end of July. I hope we can do so. It's amazing to have goals, and let's see if we can go ahead and hit it. Turn the notification bell on for YouTube and make sure to follow me on Twitter for any updates, Louis_crypto, or the second link down below. So guys, this over here at 19.69k, let's get the exact. So if you look at here H and I hover over this, 19,666. Oh lovely, amazing that is 666, you know, of course, another troll top, isn't it? So 69k, and this was 19.66666. I said it way too many times, but you know what I mean. Let's go to over to 20. 2020 it was. Yeah, 2020 over here, where we respected it as resistance and we broke above it. And since then never retested it, and that's probably why we came back down to it, because we never retested that break out where we pumped all the way up until 64k, I think it was, before it dumped back to 28k. And then a pump to 69k, which obviously resulted in this down to 17.5k. And every single pullback that we've had, I've been able to give you targets to the downside, and that's how we were, and we saw some fractals that were matching this pattern over here that we've been seeing on Bitcoin, which happened in the last, well, we'll just say the COVID dump over here. This pattern is exactly the same as this pattern over here, with the shoulder, head, shoulder, double bottom, with a break above the EMAs and a final capitulation. So we had a shoulder, a head, and a shoulder, followed by a W that broke above the EMAs, followed by capitulation. Exactly the same. So all we did was measure from the high to the low, and we've just put that over here, and that's how we were able to get this exact technical target. And for the moment, this is holding as the bottom. Don't forget, we still have a further target to the downside over here, which we'll go into a bit more detail on the 4-hour time frame. Which is at 15.5k. But yeah, sticking to the daily time frame, you can see there's multiple attempts of trying to break below the previous all-time high, but every time you do so, you come straight back above and you retest it as support. So while everyone is panicking today because of this harsh rejection, and yes, it's a harsh rejection, because I think last night we closed at 20,200, and of course since then have dropped already 2.5% down to 19,700. So yeah, what we would like to see is, of course, keep staying above this green box. Can you see how there's a green box within this golden one? So of course we're trapped, as I said earlier in the video, we're trapped in between this support and this resistance. So as you can see here, the bodies are already starting to look higher. So even though we're at support, and even though we're being held down by the EMAs, which could push us below the support, we haven't done so as of yet. So as of now, we have to say that this is actually a higher low. So what we're doing now is trying to head back to the top of the range. The only thing in the way at the moment is this 12 EMA. So to actually head beyond the 12 EMA and to the 20 EMA, we need to see us hold this 19.7k support today on the daily time frame. That means that we actually can go below today. We could come back down to the 618 today if you wanted, but we must see, or should see, a close above the 050 / the previous all-time high, 19.666k. So that's it for the daily time frame. We'll move over to the 4-hour now, but yeah, the main point is realizing that every time we go below this previous all-time high, you tend to bounce back up very quickly. So it's just, deviating below it, trying to decide what it wants to do. But it looks like now on the lower time frames, we could be just coming down to test it as support. Of course, this is what I want, and this is what we all want. But again, lose this support, you're coming back to these lows, which gives a higher probability of breaking the low, heading back down to the 1 Fibonacci level down at 17,500 or 600. And then of course, if you're losing that, we're creating this reversal wave. You have to say it's a lower low, so it's a continuation of a downtrend. And so after a lower low, we should anticipate a lower high. So this would be a lower low, could come all the way to the 1618. The lower high might be bouncing back up to this previous support to now use it as resistance. And of course, we actually could come down all the way to these two targets. But again, it's not on my mind at the moment. It's at the back of my mind, but it's not something I'm really focused on. As again, as I've just explained, we're trapped within this daily golden box. And yeah, there's multiple levels that need to be lost to actually go down all the way to 13k. And this is why everything is step by step. Up from 69k, I wasn't able to call 17k, but step by step as we get these pullbacks, because in a downtrend, when we go up, it's a fake move up to continue down. So when we get these fake moves up like this, and potentially even here, hopefully it's a double bottom, we get out of here, but all these fake moves up over here, they're giving you targets to the downside. If we lose that low, you got targets to the downside. If we lose that low, you got targets to the downside. If you lose that low, you got targets to the downside. That is how the fibs works. That's how I've been able to give you all these technical targets, as well as using previous fractals, which is just back testing to prove that the strategy works. So I hope you guys have been enjoying this video so far. Please remember, over 50% of you are not subscribed, so please like, subscribe and comment, turn the notification bell on, because a lot of you are not getting notified when I do bring out a live stream. Now, I don't know exactly what day I'm going to do that. It's just when I feel like it and when I have time, but it's usually in and around 4 p.m. on the day that I do it. So make sure you got the notification bells turned on, and follow me on my Twitter. I'm getting more active on Twitter again, so it's the second link down below. Also, finally, just to finish it off, you can see that on the 4 hour we have met our technical target. So yeah, it's important to, once we do so, it's usually going to reverse. So that's what we've seen over here. You went a little bit overextended and started to reverse. We do have a neckline over here, and at the moment you've lost it. So if you were to ever reclaim this, and at the moment you haven't done so, so we can't believe that we will, but if you ever were to reclaim it, and right now there's no signs of that, because again, we're under. If we hold these EMAs, there's a better chance of doing so. If you fall through the EMAs and the previous all-time high, which is this red line, then yeah, no chance of doing so. But for the moment, it's giving us some chances, although yes, we are below. You still haven't closed below the yellow line. So we've got an hour and a half to, chances of an hour and a half of closing back above this. But yeah, your next technical target would be 21k. Of course, if it failed to do so, we're going to come back to these lows, as I just said. Thank you guys so much. Again, please like, subscribe and comment. I do have education available for anyone interested in the chat that I do offer. We offer the chat where I post my buys, sells, my portfolio, and yeah, any cryptos that I'm going to trade and my market thoughts. That's all in my chat, and this is included within the education. So you have to get the course or the mentorship, and this is included within them too. So thank you guys. I'll catch you in the next one, and as always, peace.